Hello and welcome to Lesson 4 on this 10-part series. Today we're going to be covering some of the items that some people think are kind of banal, but really I would say is kind of my secret sauce, is what I love using within my spiritual practice. That's going to be incense and candles. And I want to start off by saying I love incense. I somehow developed this love of incense at some point, such I started developing a spiritual practice. And I've just found them to be essential, not just to my spiritual practice, but to my life. They do so many things. They can set a tone for an evening, uplift a mood, help you focus, can bring you to a point of Zen. And what people may not realize is that incense and burning things has been the center of some sort of practice in every single religion. There isn't a single religion in this world that doesn't celebrate this experience without fire or some sort of scent. And scent is actually tied to like our strongest sense of memory. People think pictures and visual imagery, but it's really our sense of scent. Like, if you've ever smelled warm bread baking, you know that scent for the rest of your life, but how do you describe it? Until we can psychically speak in scent understanding, or exchange scents, which we do subconsciously and consciously with perfumes and pheromones and whatnot, but scents tell a story. This was one of my favorite incenses, Loban. It's Styrax. It is one of my favorite scents. Actually heard about Styrax when I was looking up on how to make my own incense, just something kind of fun to do as a project. And it has this sweet smell, but not like, almost like a pastry maybe slightly sugary. It doesn't smell that way when burned. It has a whole different warmth to it when burned. And it's become my favorite incense over time as I started exploring incense. But if you ask me why, I couldn't tell you why. That's kind of the cool thing with incense, is they each do something different, and I can't tell you why. They just do. For each person, it's different. One incense for me may smell like a warm home, and another, somebody might say, smells like a church or a forest fire. They even come in different styles. So these are sticks. This is resin, specifically the Seven Archangels resin, which is a mix of resins that can be used for calling in the archangels and their intention within your life. This is my probably my other favorite. I don't know if you can see that label. It is God's Smile from Egypt, made by Coptic monks. The company that sells this, Sense of Earth, on their website say this may never be back again. This scent. It doesn't cost much, a few bucks, but exploring scents within your spiritual practice and within your home is very, well, it's beyond healing. It's maybe revealing. It's something that adds to your experience of life. And when you bring it into your spiritual practice and your meditations, your yoga, your medicine work, whatever practice you're practicing, it unlocks a deeper experience, a richer experience. And at some point, you may intuitively just know which ones you need for each moment. There's different beliefs on different scents and how they work in different ways. And it's fun to explore that if you're trying to relate to something in life. However, sometimes we can just let our heart, our mind, our little je ne sais quoi of life be the guide. And you're using something like a resin. You burn these little charcoal discs. You place it in a little thurible. I think that's the right word. Incense holder. It's a specific incense holder. Although you can use like a metal plate. You probably don't want to use anything ceramic. And you place the resin on there. Now on the deeper side, the more loving side, the more exploratory side of me, I want to expand a bit in this and say, I've found that different meditations call for different incenses, different scents, as well as I bless scents sometimes with a prayer. You can even use what's called a fluidic condenser, which helps amplify our spiritual power. That's on a more esoteric side. If you are exploring there and intensifying your practice, you can put an intention in your incense, light it. It's an age-old practice. It's ancient. We've been using smoke to worship spirits because it's so ephemeral. And you can't do it wrong. Doesn't matter who you are, what you practice. If you're on the more spiritual scientist side, or really striving to advance your practice, things like fluid condensers, understanding different incantations, tying the ritual of lighting an incense or bringing incense into your practice into different rituals that maybe previously didn't have it, or recognizing how to have different aspects become synergized within your practice. Another thing I love, candles. They're simple. You can go and buy expensive candles. People sometimes want like $20 for a candle. I go to the thrift store for candles and love it. There always seems to be some unique candle to find, or two. So I have a small candle collection. And you can say a prayer and light a candle. Again, every religion has something about lighting a candle or lighting a fire within their practices. You can look at it as both ways, as both lighting a candle and bringing light within your life. You can even equate it to building a fire. It's something that, quite frankly, is so sacred to the modern human experience. Like if you just look at the simple level of fire and light, and bringing in the most simple and rudimentary, elementary tools within our life, and to have a device, an object, a candle, a thing that accentuates your house, helps you build a connection to spirit, as well as your connection to earth, Mother Earth with fire. You put prayers in them. Lighting a candle for somebody is a very loving gesture that I invite you, if you're watching this, to consider today. Maybe light a little bit of incense and light a candle and a blessing to somebody. That's how I use them. Sometimes I use it for my own blessings if it's something I'm working through and asking for divine guidance, but putting a little light on for those in our lives that might have cancer, might be battling addiction, might even just be lonely and looking to find another light to light their way with. It's a beautiful practice that I feel so strongly about. The rudimentary basic practices are just so powerful that I wanted to make a whole lesson around what is just the most simple thing you could do no matter who you are or what you believe. is you can be atheistic and go, you know what, I want to make my house look and smell better to increase the quality of my life. I could light a candle and meditate on it, focusing on the flame. Clearing myself through it, connecting with it, meditating on the manifestation. I could find sense that by the title, God's Smile, who doesn't need that in their life? Who doesn't want more of God's smile in their life? I'll take your smile too. Same thing, right? Because we're all one. We're all the face of God. This is an interesting incense. Also Laban, it smells different. I've even heard about this until recently. So this is how important it is to spiritually explore. Look at this, it's a thick stick. It's called Dhup. It's from India. And some of them, I believe all of them, are actually made from dried cow dung. Some places in India use dried cow dung to cook on. So, because they don't have wood. That's what they use for their fire. I have not seen this myself, but this is as I understand it. Love. Maybe you need to open your heart. You don't know how to do it. You know what you do? You buy an incense that says love. If you can, you get one out, despite the packaging being slightly difficult to get at. And pull it out. So love smells like. To at least one being that created this, and every other being that smelled this and thought love. Pretty cool intention. And you bless this and you go, God, bless me with burning away all that is not love within me and calling forth only love within me from the highest source. So I can be one with source and the light. Light it. Try that blessing. See what happens when you light it. You sit and you just get really quiet. See what you think. See what you feel. Explore your senses. Now, don't be attached to them. Explore and enjoy. Don't be attached. Where's the dance line there? It's a little hidden secret for those who got this far, who thought this was just going to be about incense and candles. And practice. That's the practice part. This thing I'm going to show you is these tapers. These tapers can be really fun too. You can write things on them, write blessings. Things you would like to invoke, instill, grow, illuminate. The color can mean something. This one, rather carrot-like. For all those people who are very intimate with carrots, you have a perfect carrot candlestick. Orange, sacral, citrine is another color that is identified in the Tree of Life. Maybe a little mystery you guys can look up, or possibly something for our next lesson. A great measure of a focused meditation, if you know how long a candle burns, so you don't have to worry about a timer. You could focus on a candle, meditate on it. What I'm inviting in is to explore. Listen to yourself and realize these aren't expensive items. You can go to a thrift store and get candles. You can get incense for a few bucks. You can pick them up everywhere. They also make great mementos, different moments. If you want to remember something that happened when you were in a room full of incense, it's a beautiful gift. You can't really go wrong gifting incense. It's literally one of my favorite gifts, I think. It's growing on me too. Like to give to people. It's funny because people who don't light incense, like they know what it is, but they also kind of don't know what to do with it at the same time. So have fun with it. Like you can get people into spiritual stuff with really you're just like letting them know you want their house to smell really nice and be warm and full of light. And you can bless. There's no limit to blessing, by the way. As we close, I'm going to close with this. You can bless anything. You're never wrong for blessing something. Like you can't bless something badly if it's a true loving blessing. If it's from the heart and it's loving, you can't over bless this world. I don't believe it's possible. I dare you to try. I light a candle, and I'm going to light some incense, and I dare you to try to over bless this world, especially with your light. So don't forget when you light that candle that you are a light. Thank God for you. You are such a blessing. I'm so happy. So happy that you're here. Finding out who you are. How amazing this world is. Just how full of light and love you are. Know that no matter who you are, when you see this, you're a blessing. You are worthy of blessing your life. And I love you. With that, thank you.